I cannot tell you how many videos I've seen about Meghan Markle doing something innocuous and getting hate. Like her pregnancy, going on a red carpet. To be fair, the only thing I know about her is thanks to South Park. And if you see other people's thoughts on her, she's a bully, a professional victim, a gold digger, a manipulator, but also misunderstood and not afraid to tell the truth. So who's in the right here? I'm not really into the monarchy, so the story behind this lady is a complete mystery to me. A mystery I will love to change because apparently this is a great unifier. Everyone hates her guts, and I wanna know why. But before we continue, if you like digging into bizarre beliefs, hoaxes, controversies, and overall entitled people ruining their lives, hit subscribe. We do this every week. Before Meghan Markle was detested worldwide, she was an actress on Suits, a mildly popular TV show that made her mildly famous. She also had a lifestyle blog called The Tig, where she will write about food, traveling, and self-care. She was an outspoken feminist, did some charity work, and was overall pretty normal. But that life changed in 2016 after she met and started dating Prince Harry. I believe this is not the first time a prince will date a celebrity, so people were not shocked about it. They were actually really excited for the guy. So people were wondering how the monarchy will react to the news of the prince's relationship since Meghan is a mixed-race woman. But the British press confirmed that she came to modernize the monarchy, so yeah, nice. Everyone liked her. Maybe some ooga boogas were upset about having a black woman or a mixed-race woman in the castle. Is it a castle? Do they live in a castle? I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, things were about to change a little bit. The press that liked her before, they were playing mind games with people now. What do I mean? They will drop an article about how Meghan was so cool, nice, and down to earth, but then they will write about her supporting unethical practices or something evil like that. Or just write stories comparing Kate Middleton and Meghan with Kate always winning the fight. But of course, it had to escalate.
A British DJ has been fired for a controversial tweet about the royal baby. The BBC's Danny Baker posted a photo showing a couple holding hands with a chimpanzee, and the caption read, "Royal baby leaves hospital." Yeah, the tweet has since been deleted, and Baker apologized, calling the post, quote, "an enormous mistake."
I vaguely remember that era. The monarchy was heavily criticized because of how Meghan Markle was treated. Even Kate was singled out, and people were speaking ill of all of them. Everyone was on Meghan's side. It seemed she was an innocent girl whose only problem was having fallen in love with a family of racists. But oh boy, did that quickly change. There was a leak confirming that if there was a bully in the castle, he would be Meghan herself. Apparently, she would make the staff cry because of how unapproachable and difficult she was. Allegedly, she was sending the staff emails at 5 in the morning being a straight-up bully. I assume she wanted to be treated as a princess, but damn. There was an internal investigation about this in 2021 confronting Meghan and the allegations, but the findings were not shown to the public, so who knows. Meghan, of course, denied everything and claimed she was the victim of this whole smear campaign, and there was a reason. She was going to have an interview with Oprah and talk about her struggles in the monarchy, but this gossip, according to her, tarnished her reputation, so the people watching the interview were going to be wired to immediately dislike her on the spot. But if we're being honest here, those two stories cannot live in the same universe, right? She cannot be a victim of bullying inside the monarchy and be a bully of them at the same time. So I guess people end up picking sides. We had the Meghan camp and the anti-Meghans on the other side. So the interview happened. She sat down to talk to Oprah in 2021, and Harry was also there. There were a lot of claims from the couple, very shocking allegations.
Over 70 members of parliament, female members of parliament, both Conservative and Labour, came out and called out the colonial undertones of articles and headlines written about Meghan. Yet no one from my family ever said anything over those 3 years.
So when I asked the question, why did you leave? The simplest answer is?
Lack of support.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
The latter.
Meghan claimed she was thinking of leaving the world forever and the monarchy couldn't care less about it. She talked about how the royal family was fixated on the kid's skin color before he was born. Harry mentioned how his family cut them off financially after they stepped down from the monarchy, and also how Meghan's voice meant nothing and had no power, so she felt alone with no moral support by her side. So they basically threw everyone under the bus and then set them on fire. And again, two camps formed after this, the supporters and the critics. But this time, the critics had some questions about those statements. For example, Meghan said she and Harry secretly married 3 days before the big wedding. But the Archbishop denied that, stating it was not legal and no.
You're faking a fraud.
Another being how they were actually not financially cut after they decided to quit the royal duties, but King Charles kept funding their lives after that happened. No massive lies, but why lie in the first place, right? Especially the money one. They looked so ungrateful after they were corrected with the truth. So yeah, a lot more people who were on her side jumped ship. Now, an interesting thing I noticed is how Harry, although heavily disliked, is not hated quite like Meghan is. And I wonder if the reason is that he is Diana's son. He was born having to follow strict protocol, the loss of his mother, the rumors behind it, the press being at fault, and how they kept harassing the royal family after that. So yeah, Harry had to endure a lot of traumatic moments alongside his brother. And although Meghan's previous family life is allegedly pretty wacky, it's not the same. And not only that, it seems Meghan wanted the perks of being a princess, but she didn't want to follow her duties as such. So they quit. All the couple wanted was to be left alone and let them live their lives in anonymity like a normal family. All of this while signing with Netflix and Spotify. Okay. They made a docu-series called Harry and Meghan where they spent hours repeating the same things they said on Oprah, how they are victims and why they wanted to be left alone. And then there was the podcast, Archetypes, where Meghan will talk about all the stereotypes women are locked in. Mainly her, of course. Yeah, not a good look. But funny enough, apparently one Spotify executive came out saying how the couple was a bunch of grifters. That's funny. The podcast lasted until 2023 when Spotify kicked them to the curb. And I think that's the main reason people don't like them. Her, especially. They lie a lot to portray themselves as the victims. Nobody knows when they are telling the truth anymore. The pregnancy dance? Yeah, she might have been cosplaying, sure. The red carpet? Yeah, she probably wanted attention. I see now. She used her race, her gender, the monarchy, and the media to be seen as the victim and the victor. But ultimately, it was a very short-lived personality. My guess is she wanted the cake and eat it too. You know? She wanted to be a princess and be treated as such, like in the cartoons. But in reality, the monarchy follows strict rules, have multiple duties with no free time, and their normal life is basically non-existent. Meghan wasn't up to that, so she chose to stab everyone in the back to portray them as the instigators, creating a division between them and Harry. I mean, listen, he's a grown adult with his own decisions, so if he wanted to leave his family in such an explosive way, sure. But let's not blame Meghan for that. These two met and got married because they're probably the same. But ultimately, we do not have all the answers. We don't know if Meghan's disdain towards the royal family was because of the race comments. We don't even know if that actually happened. But it's interesting to see how those little lies kept piling up until they destroy her reputation worldwide. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like or a dislike, it's okay. And subscribe, it's completely free. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I will see you the next one. Stay safe.